What's going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 22 Ultimate Team video. It's time for Team of the Week predictions for week number 4. Pretty good week of football, and we got some solid cards, including the flashback and LTD predictions for week 4 of Team of the Week. So let's get right on into it. Couple different options at quarterback, and I don't know if any of them are going to happen, but we'll start with a good performance on Thursday Night Football from Joe Burrow. Now, his card is a little interesting because he already has a power-up. He's got a gold card, which wouldn't go into the power-up path, and then he also got the Superstar card. So he already has 3 cards out there if you count the power-up. But on week number 4, Thursday Night Football, 348 passing yards for Joe Burrow. 2 touchdowns, led the Bengals to a comeback against the Jags. Thought the Jags were going to win that game, and they absolutely blew it. So there is one option at quarterback for Team of the Week in week number 4. You guys probably saw this one coming. A little bit of a homer pick, but let's be honest. Jalen Hurts played really good yesterday. Unfortunately, the Eagles defense did not, and what he did on the field was just not enough. But Jalen Hurts, maybe we see an upgrade, maybe like somewhere around a mid-80s overall card for him. 387 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. Probably could have had 3 to 4 to 5 passing touchdowns if there weren't so many called back. Pretty rough day when it came to the red zone for the Eagles as well. Settled for way too many field goals. But Jalen Hurts, very efficient game. He had some good rushing yards as well there. And if they don't go with Joe Burrow and don't go with Jalen Hurts, well then the only other option that I can see here is the quarterback that was on the other side of the football in that Eagles-Chiefs game, and that is Patrick Mahomes. The only thing that I would see him not getting a Team of the Week is that he just feels like a bigger than a Team of the Week card, right? Like they'll probably save him for a promo or whatnot, or some type of champion or master card. But Patrick Mahomes, he didn't put up a ton of yardage, 278 passing yards. Not that that's bad or anything, but 5 touchdown passes. You can't really, like, that's the most touchdown passes in week number 4. So 3 good options at quarterback. I think the LTD, or we have a couple options at the flashback cards, could be quarterbacks as well. So maybe for a current day player for a week 4 performance in 2021, we don't see a quarterback at all because Jalen Hurts, maybe Joe Burrow's already got a couple cards, and Patrick Mahomes might just be too big for Team of the Week. Not too many great running back performances. I mean, Zeke had a really good game, but he just got a 90 overall card. Derrick Henry had a solid game and a loss there, but I don't think they're going to give him a Team of the Week. They've already given him a +1. So the only one that I could come up with is David Montgomery. Kind of feels like it would happen though, because he's got a core elite. He's got a power up. He could use an upgrade here. David Montgomery in week number 4 for the Bears, 106 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. The only running back performance I think we might see get rewarded with the Team of the Week card. And next up, I swear, man, I say this almost every week, the Eagles. They just love rewarding other teams' Team of the Week cards every year, never fails. Tyreek Hill, if any card feels kind of like a lock, it's probably going to be this one. He had 3 receiving touchdowns, 11 receptions, 186 receiving yards, and 3 touchdowns against that terrible Eagles defense. My God, just embarrassed to be an Eagles fan right now. But Tyreek Hill, I think they're going to give him a card. I could be wrong. One thing to keep in mind, and this is only if you believe, don't listen to what I'm saying, only if you personally think and believe that Tyreek Hill is going to get a Team of the Week card. If you have his power up, I would probably be selling it right now, because like we know, with Team of the Week sets, if he gets a Player of the Week card, then you do his set, it's going to come with the power up, which means the price on this card is going to tank and going to get a lot lower. So if, again, you believe that he's going to get a card and he's going to be the Player of the Week, go ahead and sell your power up. I sold both of mine for $20K yesterday. On the other hand, though, I could see his core elite going up more in price. It's like low 100Ks right now. I could see this card definitely going up in price. So if you have one of these in your binder, hang on to it, because if he gets an upgrade, that one's going to shoot up. And we'll probably be looking at, I'm going to guess they go to like 92 overall starting this week. We've been seeing 91s. Power up makes it 92. I think we see a base card at 92, the LTD being a 93. So if so, Tyreek Hill, we could be looking at like 93 and, 93 speed, and then maybe even faster with all the strategy items. So let's see. Tyreek Hill definitely deserves it. Scary Terry definitely had a performance on Sunday worthy of a Team of the Week card. Only concern here is that he already kind of got one upgrade this year, and it was a solid upgrade. So I think maybe Terry McLaurin gets a +1 on his card. He's got the power up, got the core elite, and then he has his superstar card. On the day, he had 123 receiving yards, 6 receptions, and 2 touchdowns. Feels like deserving of a +1, but probably not a brand new card. And the final option at wide receiver, he didn't put up a ton of yardage yesterday, but 3 touchdowns for Cordarrelle Patterson. Now, they were all receiving touchdowns, and in this game, they have him as a halfback, so I'm not quite sure how EA would do that as well. But on the day, 82 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns for the Atlanta Falcons. Seems kind of like a card that he's probably going to get an upgrade with there. I just don't know if they'll make it a wide receiver card or they'll continue to just give him a halfback. We'll have to wait and see, but he's certainly deserving of getting a card after yesterday. So let's switch to the defensive side of the ball. We got Quinnen Williams. There were a lot of different players that got 2 sacks in yesterday's games, but he's the only one that kind of stood out to me just because he already has a power-up. He's got a core elite and an upgrade. So this, again, feels like another kind of +1, similar to Terry McLaurin, where his performance yesterday would earn him a +1. So Quinnen Williams, maybe we see him get bumped up to what his power-up would have him at an 87. He'll get a +1 and bump him up to 88 for the 2 sacks he got yesterday. Marcus Williams had a pretty solid game yesterday for the Saints in a losing effort. He's got a power-up plus a core elite, so this kind of feels like a card that, I think they're going to go +1 in the overalls. So instead of getting 2 87s, 1 offense, 1 defense, I could see us now getting 88s, and this feels like it could be an 88 overall card. It would kind of fall in a good line here with his upgrade path, where he's got a power-up, he's got a core elite at 83. 88 feels like the nice step up there. So Marcus Williams, he had 7 tackles yesterday, 1 forced fumble, and 1 interception. Filled up the stat sheet for the Saints. He's deserving of an upgrade. And the last card in our Week 4 2021 predictions is Trayvon Diggs. I mean, he's having a great season. You guys know I'm a certified Cowboys hater, but I can't hate. He's been playing well. 5 interceptions through 4 weeks, and he had 2 of them yesterday in the win against the Panthers. So Trayvon Diggs definitely needs an elite card. What I would say is, if we're talking about player of the week here, and let's actually just move on over to the sets, is that it's going to be either, I would say, if it's going to be offense, it's going to be Trayvon Diggs. If it's going to be defense, it's going to be Trayvon Diggs. If it's going to be offense, I would go ahead and assume it's going to be Tyreek Hill. So let's kind of look at the format of the sets and make our predictions here. We will have a limited. Now, the limited is going to be a current day player. We're going to reiterate this, a current day player who had a good performance in a past year's Week 4. So there's a couple of them out there, but I'm just going to go with Jared Goff. In 2018, he had 465 passing yards and 5 touchdown passes in 1 game. I believe Mitch Trubisky in another year, or maybe even that same year, had 6 touchdowns in 1 game. I just don't see them giving Mitch Trubisky a limited. I could be wrong. I think they've actually done it before, but I'm going to go with Jared Goff. So again, that's a prior year's performance for a current day player in Week 4, and that one was 2018. For this week's player of the week, that's going to be a current day player in 2021 for Week 4. I think if it's offense, they go with Tyreek Hill. If it's defense, they go Trayvon Diggs. So we'll have to see. And again, currently and for the first 3 weeks, player of the week was a 91 overall. I would think they're going to bump it up to 92, and I think the LTD will be 93. Now for the champions, the past player performances. These are players who are no longer active NFL players, but had good week number 4s in prior years. So last week we got Ronnie Brown and Teddy Bruschi. Let's just run down the list here. In 2008, we had Brett Favre. He was on my list last week and didn't get a card, and honestly, they might be saving him for a bigger promo if they have his rights. But 6 touchdown passes in 2008 for Brett Favre, 289 passing yards, 6 touchdown passes. In 2009, Steve Smith, the wide receiver, Steve Smith, Carolina Panthers receiver, 134 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. Again, that's 2009, week number 4. Also that same week, same year, Jared Allen, he was on our list last week, didn't get a card, but once again, he had another crazy game, 4.5 sacks in 1 game for Jared Allen, Minnesota Vikings legend. In 2010, this is super wishful thinking, but maybe, just maybe it happens. My fingers are crossed, everybody cross yours. Terrell Owens, T.O., 10 receptions, 222 receiving yards, and 1 touchdown in a Week 4 performance in 2010. Maybe it happens. I don't know. Feels like a legend weekend. They didn't have his rights last year. He wasn't in the game, but maybe we get a TO Team of the Week card. Also, Sean Phillips, who they did have rights to last year. I think he had like a Team Diamond or Team Builder, one of those cards last year for the Chargers. Sean Phillips, he had 4 sacks in week number 4 of 2010. Remember, champions, you're going to get 1 offense, 1 defense. In 2012, Cameron Wake had 4.5 sacks in 1 game for the Miami Dolphins. A lot of guys, I mean, Sean Phillips, 4 sacks. Cam Wake, 4.5. Jared Allen, 4.5. That's a lot of sacks in 1 game. We saw, some good performances this year already for people who did it. We had Myles Garrett, I think last week. He got an upgrade for it. First week of the season, Chandler Jones, Syracuse legend, 5 sacks in 1 game. He got an upgrade for it. Will one of these guys that had 4+ get rewarded? And then the final guest, 2013, Tony Gonzalez, 12 receptions, 149 receiving yards, and 2 touchdowns. The only thing I would say hesitant with that one is that we already got a tight end, I think last week with Ozzie Newsome, or 2 weeks ago, sorry, week number 2. So we'll have to wait and see, but I think the set cards and the player of the week go to 92 overall. I think the limited goes to 93, and then I think the high card in the set is probably going to go to 88. So if we do see a card on defense, maybe Trayvon Diggs gets the 88 on defense. Maybe it's Marcus Williams. And then on offense, the 88 could be David Montgomery, could be Jalen Hurts, maybe even Terry McLaurin. But that one feels more like a +1. We'll have to wait and see. You guys let me know your predictions down below in the comment section. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.